Shivpur Engineering College, BE Engineering College, BE College. Then now it is known as IIST, and same civil engineering branch. And then I passed out from IIT Kharagpur as a master's degree, MTech degree, and followed by the PhD degree from IIT Kharagpur also. And Professor Arup Guha Niyogi, he has also passed out from IIST, and then he passed master's degree from Jadavpur University, and then he got PhD from IIT Kharagpur. And Professor Ankush Majumdar, he passed out from this college only, that means Jadavpur University, and after that he got master's degree from this university, Jadavpur University, and then he passed out from IIT Kharagpur. Just recently he has submitted his thesis, PhD. And Indrajit Barua, I do not know about much about Indrajit Barua. I think he can give his introductions. And anyone is there? Any other teacher is there? Any other teacher is there? Ankush, and then myself, Professor Arup Guha Niyogi, Indrajit Barua, and any other?
Sir, our guest faculties are there, sir. Professor.
No. Guest faculty. I'm just coming to the guest faculty.
Okay.
I'm just talking to the teachers only. Now, so altogether 4 teachers.
Yes, sir.
Acha. Altogether we have 4 full faculty members of this department, that is Civil Engineering Department of Jadavpur University. We will be sharing our class. We will be taking our class, and you will be also getting a lot of teaching things and teaching materials as well as instruction from us. Plus, we are having also very experienced and qualified guest faculty, because of our department is a shortage of teacher. So they are actually assisting us, assisting you also. They are also as good as faculty. They are also as good as professor. You will always you will consider them as a professor of this department. And they are actually, Professor P.K. Ghosh is there. Professor P.K. Ghosh, you can take down their name. Professor P.K. Ghosh, and then Atriyo Roy, I think, na? Atriyo, what is your title? Atriyo, actually I have, Jayoga, we say as a Professor Atriyo, but maybe Atriyo Roy. Poulomi Ghosh, Mrs. Madam Poulomi Ghosh, and these 3 are there. So altogether, it should be 8. Another one, who is there? Professor Dipankar Chakraborty? Or
Sir, Poulomi is there. Professor
Dipankar Chakraborty, you see, I'm just repeating. Professor Dipankar Chakraborty, Professor AGN, that means Arup Guha Niyogi, and then Ankush Majumdar, then Indrajit Barua, and myself. All these 5 teachers, 5 faculties, not 4 faculties, 5 faculties, and 3 guest faculties, P.K. Ghosh, Atriyo Roy, I think. I have forgotten his title. Atriyo Chaudhary, sorry. So actually, thank you, madam. So Atriyo Chaudhary and Miss Poulomi Ghosh. These 3 faculties also will be there. And what we have decided actually, now what is the class
sir,
here?
I'm just taking 1 second. Actually, we have 5 internal faculties. Myself, yourself, Professor Arup Guha Niyogi, Professor Indrajit Barua, and Professor Ankush Majumdar. And we have 3 guest faculties, Poulomi, Pradyuta, and Atriyo. Okay.
That I actually told. Actually, I have forgotten the Atriyo title, and that corrected by Miss Poulomi Ghosh, Madam Ghosh. So there is no problem now. So altogether, you will have 5 plus 3, 5 internal faculties, 3 outside faculties, but they are guest faculties. They are equally competent. Professor P.K. Ghosh is equally competent. No problem about this thing. Now, what actually you will do here? I do not know whether any class has been already taken by anybody for your building construction. Any class has already been? I don't think so, because you see, just now your class is been starting, and your examination is also there. So that is why it could not be possible to take any single class. And building construction and drawing, I think building materials, the theoretical part of this subject will be shared by Madam Tumpa Hajra. Miss Tumpa Hajra, Madam Tumpa Hajra, she is also doctorate from IIT Kharagpur, and Dr. Madam Tumpa Hajra will be lion's share she will be taking, and myself, Professor Somnath Mukherjee, I will be also taking some percentage of class for your this building materials and construction. And out of this knowledge, actually, you have to conduct, or you have to take this sessional class. That means you have to take the assignment, you have to solve the assignment, you have to show the assignment to us. And for ease of work, now nature of work actually, that will give you some sheet. Since it is an online mode, so naturally it will be transferred to your account, email account or WhatsApp account. If you have a separate WhatsApp for this class only, so you can add it us. Somebody should be admin, and then you can add it to us, and then we'll share you the problem sheet as well as necessary instruction time to time. And I would suggest you that because of ease of operation, I think you have A1, A2, B1, B2, these 4 groups are there, or maybe some another group will be there. So from each group, 1 or 2 would be taken as a monitor of the class or the class representatives here, and they can, I think it is better to talk to us or interact to us for taking class or attending class or any problem in the class, whatever it may be. Otherwise, if everybody phone me or everybody start operation of complaining and other things, then it will be very difficult to manage. This is the first point. And I would request you that in this sessional class, everybody should attend and everybody do the necessary work. Now, how we will operate this class? You will be given some assignment. Assignment means sessional problems. Now, in the sessional problems, we have decided, like other years, that we will give you 2 problems. We will give you 2 problems. Now, each problem, you have to solve it by yourself, and then you have to submit to us, to whom we will instruct you to submit. Now, first of all, the problem number 1 will be based on a masonry building. Masonry building means that either it is a stone-made construction or brick-made constructions, not RCC frame structure building. So mostly these masonry buildings or these brick wall buildings, normally all the loads, all the superimposed load coming from the superstructure shall be transmitted through load-bearing walls. I think you have seen a lot of brick buildings in Kolkata and other places also, some old structures, heritage structures. Most of the structures are either stone-made or rubble masonry made or say brick made. So thick brick walls are used as load-bearing walls. Only thing is that the brick cannot take the tension. Very, very little amount of, very negligible amount of tension can be taken. Otherwise, it cannot take the tension. So when there will be a tensile force occurs, then it will be difficult for brick wall to sustain. So that is why brick wall is normally the thick one, broad one, and all the load passing through the brick wall should be within the certain zones. That is, some zones are there. So within the zones, actually, the load-bearing wall must be properly placed so that no tension will come, tension will go outside. So that will be that I will discuss is in the theoretical class. So that is first problem will be based on your one-storied, single-storied masonry building, mostly load-bearing wall structures. So in the load-bearing structures, there will be some main walls, main brick walls of thickness, say 250 thickness, and main walls, and we will give you some line diagram.
Sir, B section cannot hear you. Sir, mic, please turn on your microphone for B section, sir.
No, how actually? Everybody told me that how I can put it actually.
Sir,
you have given one. দুটো লিংক কি করে করব? দুটো লিংকে কি করে করব? দুটো কম্পিউটার দরকার। সিঙ্গেল কম্পিউটার থেকে কি করে হবে? সিঙ্গেল জোন থেকে কি করে হবে?
You can open it in new another tab.
Another tab কি করে করব? কি করে করব একটা সিঙ্গেল ফোন থেকে?
Sir, please hold on 1 second. I will share my screen. I think then it will be hard. 1 second, sir. Hello, B section.
I can hear now. I can hear now.
Can you hear Professor Somnath Mukherjee?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? No, I think.
1 second, sir. Can you hear Professor Somnath Mukherjee now, sir? Can you please talk?
Can you hear me? B section, can you hear me?
B section, can you hear Professor Somnath Mukherjee?
Ankush.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear? Can you hear?
Mic was on. At that time, SRM sir was audible.
Yes.
Mic is on. Still, mic is on. My mic is still on.
Sir, I think you are logged out from B section.
Professor Mukherjee?
Yes.
Professor Mukherjee, actually, 2 links have been sent by Ankush Majumdar because in one particular link, more than 100 students cannot be accommodated. So my question is, sir, have you logged in through both the links?
I think so. I think so. And one thing you can do now, how many students are there now, right now, for 2 sections?
If sir, Ankush,
100 students.
So if they logged in through only one links, if they logged
possible.
Sir, actually, the
more than 100 students cannot be.
Sir,
no.
One link has been sent to section A students, and the other link.
I understand. But actually, my computer is not properly working, so that is why I am just going through my smartphone. So naturally, the problem is that I do not have the other accounts for the entering into that link. Okay, so I'm trying actually. Again, I'm just leaving out from this presentation, and then I'm trying from both the links. Okay.
Yes, sir. After what were you telling?
Sir, when your mic is on, we can hear SNM sir via your mic.
Yeah. True. So that I can keep my mic on, no issue, sir. Sir. So let us do one thing. Actually, I muted my mic so that there is no echo effect. Okay, I'm keeping my mic on. Then B section students, can you hear now, Professor SNM? Students, can you hear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm keeping my mic on. Okay, no issue.
We can hear you.
And Professor SNM also, no? Sir,
yes,
hello, bolun, sir.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, I'm keeping my mic on. Okay, sir, please continue, sir. You need not log out and re-log in. Okay, sir, continue.
Okay. Can you hear now? Right now?
Yes, sir. Properly. Yes, sir. Audible. Yes, sir.
Acha. I do not know where actually you have this, and I am just restarting my lecture from midway. You see, you have to submit 2 topics. You have to solve 2 assignments from it. Assignments will be given in form of some writings and some sheet form, and then you have to draw it and you have to submit at the time, whatever the time limit we have to give it to you time to time. So first problem will consist of massive building or brick structure building. Whatever first actually big structure building.
অবশ্যই শুরু করেছিলাম কি হ্যাঁ তাহলে সেকেন্ড অগস্ট যদি 7 দিন হয় তাহলে 2 পেশ হয়ে যাচ্ছে ঠিক আছে আপনি একটা কাজ আমাকে একটু করবেন আপনি যে পাঠিয়েছিলাম ওইটা তো কপি আপনার কাছে আছে তো
কেন আমি
বলতে তাহলে আমি ওই আচ্ছা একদম আপনি হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ করবেন আপনি হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে ফোন করবেন তাহলে আমি বলছি শিওর
আচ্ছা বলুন স্যার
কি প্রবলেম হলো বলো তো চলে যাচ্ছে তো ঠিক আছে বহু ডিফিকাল্টি anyway so first problem will be on your assignment that is to be brick building. So brick building actually I have told that it is a big structure building. Brick building, brick walls will take the all superimposed load coming from the top, so from the slab, beams, etc. So and also it's including its self weight. Now brick one normally for 1 or 2 story building or 1 story building it is normally be 250 thickness. Now if the story is more, say if it is a 4 story building, then your brick one would be 250 for the upper floors and for the lower floors it will be 375 thickness. But actually you will be giving only 1 story building for your acquaintance of the problem, only to know how the structure can be drawn in plan, elevation section, etc. And the second problem will be consist of your frame structure building. There will be almost an apartment type of building or flat type of building. What actually you can see in the your different cases that the structures are going up, high-rise building. But high-rise building you will not do, only you will do a simple G+4 or G+3. I will tell you on the other faculties also will tell you that what will be the final, whether it is G+3 or
স্যার সাউন্ড বোঝা যাচ্ছে না স্যার বড় নয়েজি এসে যাচ্ছে
হ্যাঁ স্যার
upper floors. So
স্যার your sound is
two problems. So first problem you have to submit it by 3 weeks, not more than 3 weeks. And that the another problem that means the second problem you have to submit it by 6 weeks. So this will be first problem will be 3 weeks and second problem will be more or less 6 weeks. If it is not possible, then 1 week can be given extra. And also you see you have to submit regularly. We'll have regular assignment tests. Assignment test means actually say just now I have told that the first problem will be masonry building, second problem will be frame structure building. So problem number 1 or sheet number 1 will be submitted by 3 weeks. When you will submit your this sheet, then we will actually check that how you have done it, and maybe we can take a small quiz out of these drawings. So we'll give you some target date. And target date, if somebody cannot fail to submit within this target date or date of submission, then some marks will be deducted. Very small number also, very small number will be deducted, but in no case, nobody can submit in the next submission date week. That means next class. Or we will give you this subject. Suppose today is actually Tuesday, and say after the 3 weeks time, your turn is there for submission, and if somebody fails to submit the submission on that particular date, 1 or 2 days we can give it to them on extra to submit. If they again fail, then marks will be deducted and he will not allow to continue the seconds. This is our arrangement, first of all. Second thing, that for type 2 building, that means frame structure building, that is corresponding to your problem number 2, that interval time will take the assignment test. So maybe say after 3 class, I'm just telling you in detail that what you have to do here, what you have to draw here. Suppose there is a building. So building means what? Building means its plan will be there, ground floor plan will be there, floor plans will be there, roof plans will be there, and then also some grid plan is there for arrangement of your slab beams, columns, etc., and foundation. So that is called grid. In the form of a grid, only you have to show the column position, beam position, and you have to mark these slab panels. That is grid plan. So these two would be there, and also along with this elevation, that means front elevation, front view of the building would be there, and side by side there will be some sections. Now the section is very, very important in the sectional drawing, sectional elevation drawing actually. Now in the sectional elevation drawing, you have to show all the beams, columns, slabs, positions, brick walls, foundation to some extent, floor details, etc. And also staircase. Very important thing is staircase. So that also you have to show it in that particular sectional elevation drawing. Now in the sectional elevation drawing, you may require to draw two. In first case, in the case of a masonry building, the sectional elevation only you have to draw only one. Section means actually cutting things. Now if you cut it a building by horizontal plane, then what you can see from your 90-degree angle from your top view, that is called plan. Now if you cut the building through a vertical plane, then it will be a sectional plan. So whatever view you can see, by removing one end, you can see the sectional views.
Sir, I have a question. Sir, we haven't been taught these things yet, so how are we supposed to do this assignment?
What assignment?
You have told
Regarding
that
building that.
Yes. You have told that two assignments will be given to us and we need to submit in a stipulated time limit.
You are not heard properly, I think, or it will be due to some missing of my lecture, due to some delinking or something like that. You are not heard.
Continue. I will tell my statement in the last.
What is your name?
Sir, Shuman.
What is it? Suman, you just listen that what I have told, that you will be giving two assignments, problem number 1 and problem number 2. First, you have to complete your problem number 1, then you have to do the problem number 2. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And problem number 1, you have to submit within the stipulated time. Problem number 2 will be also submitted by stipulated time. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. It is clear, but we haven't been taught anything yet, na? Then how are we supposed to do?
তোমাকে একটা প্রবলেম শোনো তোমার হাত কাচারিয়া জাস্ট লিসেন তোমাকে একটা প্রবলেম দিয়ে দেওয়া হলো উইদাউট এনি এক্সপ্লেনেশন উইদাউট এনিথিং ক্যান ইউ ডু ক্যান ইনক্লুডিং দিস ওয়ান ক্যান ডু ইট
নো স্যার
তাহলে তুমি বলছো কেন এটা অনেক কথা
ওকে
আই হ্যাভ সেড দ্যাট ঠিক আছে up angle projection, third angle projection, horizontal plane, like that. Do you understand all these things? If you do not understand, you have no right to do any kind of drawing in the engineering class.
Yes, sir. We have studied these things in the previous.
Why you are telling that these things are not taught in the engineering class? Okay, I have just mentioned that a building, you have seen many buildings. Now, if this building is cut by a sectional plane at plinth level, at sill level. Sill means actually where the windows are placed. Window is placed. So at that particular level, if you cut with a horizontal plane, then you can see the section if you just look from the top. Okay. And then if you cut through this entire building through a vertical plane, then you can get the elevation, sectional elevation. You can see the elevation. Now, these two things are important. Now, where through these planes should be cut? So, we have said that the section should be taken along with some bathroom and staircase. So, at least it should pass through a room, pass through a staircase, pass through a toilet blocks, washing areas blocks. The toilet, bathroom, PV blocks, you have to cut it, a plane. Now, that plane, if you cut a horizontal plane, what you can see? If you cut a vertical plane, what you can see? So, normally, it is a sectional elevation. So, naturally, you can see in the sectional elevation, vertical plane. And if the vertical plane cut through, say, through a room along with your bathroom, toilet area, as well as your staircase area. So, staircase, through the staircase, and also washroom, and also a room or anywhere else. So, that would be your cutting place. But the problem is that sometimes you may not get that the exact alignment. All these things are there. So room is there, staircase is there, bathroom is there, toilet is there. In one single alignment, it is not possible. So you have to take sometimes oblique plane, or you have to require say two separate cutting planes, and accordingly two separate sectional elevation must be there. So anyway, so that thing will be done in your problem number 1 and problem number 2. You have to draw plan. You have to draw just at the top of the plan elevation, and in the sidewise you will draw sectional elevation, and at the side of your ground floor plan you have to draw also the roof plan, and also you have to draw the typical floor plans for the second problem, and then also you have to draw some sectional elevation for staircase and other places. And at the extreme right hand side to leave a space for, I'm talking in terms of A0 side or A1 side drawing, but actually you will not get it, so you have to draw it separately, and then you have to scan it, and you have to submit it through online. Now, here you see, you have to leave a space, side space, from the border line, about say 6 inches or so, that's about 150 millimeters. There you have to write some specification of the building, and also you have to show the calculation of the floor area. So you have to write their floor area ratio, FAR ratio, and whatever the total area of the building. That you have to show it there, and some specification, what type of concrete you are using, what type of materials you are using, everything there, and also some door and window schedule. You have to write one table, and in that table you have to mention what are the different types of windows, what are the different types of doors are being placed at where and its location, and is there specification. That means frame size, then shutter size, shutter materials, then also the frame materials. All these things should be mentioned in the door and window schedule. And also for the frame structure building, you have to also make a schedule of foundation schedule, column schedule, beam schedule, slab schedule, etc. When we give it to you the first sheet, we will tell them how to draw and how you can draw it, how the things are there, where a different location of the different components of the drawing. Everything will be explained. Everything will explain all these things. There will be no problem. Only thing is to here minute. So this is the one thing. And for ease of our operation, what we have decided that we are having altogether 8 teachers. So each teacher, I do not know exactly the number of your student number in your class. We are expecting that about 150, 160, something like that. So each student, each faculty will get about 20 number of students, 20 or 20 odd, say maybe 19 or 21, something like that. 20 round about average number of students, 20. So 8 groups will be formed. So 8 into 20, that means 160. It does not mean that only that student, that particular student in that particular group only will be fixed for that particular teacher. Every teacher is equally responsible, and all the students are equally accessible to all the teachers. There will be absolutely no hindrance about all these things. Only for submission of your assignment, and for ease of checking this drawing sheet or your submission document, we decided that there will be 8 faculty groups, and 8 faculty groups, each faculty group will take 20 students. Each faculty, that means 8 faculties are there. So all faculties may be also combined with another faculties. That means 2 faculties. That will altogether 4 groups, 4 into 2, 8 total, and then 8 into 20, 160. We have estimated. It may be plus, it may be minus. There will be no problem about that. So each student will be responsible to contact and also to report that particular faculty groups. But when we'll take the class, if there is any difficulties, you can go to any teachers. You can ask the teachers either WhatsApp, either on Google Meet, or whatever you want. You can have the equal right and equal accessible to all the teachers to discuss any doubts, any problems regarding your assignment. There will be absolutely there will be no problem. Myself will be available. Yes.
Sir, I was telling that when will be the group name announced? How many students will be included in the group? আটটা গ্রুপ হবে বলছি, কে কোন গ্রুপে হবে এটা কি রোল নাম্বার ওয়াইজ ডিসাইডেড?
সেটা এখনো ঠিক করিনি, এটা it will be shuffled also. It will be shuffled. কোনো টেনশন নেই এটা নিয়ে, you should not have any kind of tension, any kind of tension or any kind of problem about this formation of groups. Okay. Regarding the formation of group and regarding your any kind, there will be no any kind of favoritism. And then I have just told you that you will get all the teacher accessible in this process only. So if somebody only throughout the season are reporting to only a single teacher, maybe there will be some problem. May not be. I think there will be no problem, but it is for having some different type of exposure. I suggested that actually that all the faculties will get all the students in form of shuffling of different groups. So এটা নিয়ে তোমরা কোনো চাপ খেও না, এটা নিয়ে কোনো টেনশন নেই, এটা নিয়ে তোমাদের কোনো প্রবলেম নেই. Whatever I can see, whatever but only thing is that you have to give some assignment, you have to complete the assignment. Now for completion of assignment, if you have any difficulty or your particular group teacher or any you can meet any teacher for completion of this thing. But I would request you, try to mix your your friends, try to mix your mates or friends less number. You should not, because they are also equally being trained. Maybe somebody is trained beforehand, but I would suggest you that whatever difficulty you will face, you will just contact to us, teachers, to faculties, because group will be given there, the responsible faculties are there, teachers are there. You can when you will just ask me, I will tell you, just tell your name, okay, name and section. I think it has been recorded, I think. I do not know. If it is recorded, then you can hear it, and wherever your problem is there, you can tell. I have also repeated. I think maybe it is a 5 minutes or 4 minutes time. Nothing was audible at that time. But now it is audible. And I think you have not missed the significant part. Okay. Most of the parts I have discussed in my second continuation also. I do not know how much I have missed, because those who have actually heard both the lectures, you can only say that how much you have missed. And if you have missed in some point, then in the next class you can get that points.
Sir, we have missed last 2 minutes.
Last 2 minutes, actually, Professor Mukherjee. Actually, my network was unstable for about 2 minutes. So last 2 minutes, the students have missed. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But sir has repeated a number of times.
This is a problem. Actually, this network online, this problem will happen. Okay, you have to adjust it. Otherwise, it is difficult. I am just telling you that if you have any specific questions, specific problems, then I will repeat it again. And even after this, because you are having some examination, I should not continue for a long time, and otherwise you will be affected. So that is why. And if you say, now I can continue for say another 10 minutes or so, I have personally no problem. I have no problem personally.
Sir,
but if you say that you are having class, so I should leave you after 2-3 minutes. But our other professors are there, other faculty members are there. They can also give some necessary instruction. Okay, so they are all competent teachers. But whatever I wanted to say you that whatever the lecture I have delivered now, if you have any doubts, if you have any question, then you can ask.
Sir, one thing. This is my question to Section A students. Have you recorded sir's lecture? Section A boys and girls. Section A, তোমরা রেকর্ড করেছো স্যারটা? আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে সমজিৎ। আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে সমজিৎ, কোনো অসুবিধা নেই। মাঝখানে তো আমার নেটওয়ার্কটা ট্রান্সটেবল ছিল বলে সেকশন বি এর ছেলেমেয়েরা কিছুটা মিস করে গেছে। তুমি একটা কাজ করো, তুমি রেকর্ডেড যত রেকর্ড তুমি করেছো তুমি একটু পরে শুরু করেছো, বুঝতে পেরেছি। এরপরে ক্লাস থেকে আই এম টেলিং অল অফ মাই স্টুডেন্টস দ্যাট সামবডি ফ্রম সেকশন এ and somebody from section A, maybe 2 to 3% from section A and 2 to 3% from section B will record it. Please record it and just share among all. তুমি সমঝে তুমি এটা রেকর্ড করেছো বাবা, তুমি সবাইকে একটু দিয়ে দিও, কেমন? যাতে ওরা যেটা মিস করেছে ওরা ফাস্ট ফরওয়ার্ড করে দেখতে পাবে। আচ্ছা, so far my opinion is concerned, Professor Mukherjee has briefly captured the entire spirit in which this session class will be conducted. I do not have anything more to add, but one thing, one student was feeling a bit anxious. I'm telling you that whatever you will be given as assignment, Sir has emphasized on timely submission of assignments, because engineers always they do work keeping in mind certain preset deadlines. So that is why Sir was telling that you have to submit the assignment in time, but don't you ever think that what is expected out of you will not be explained to you. All inputs will be given to you and thereafter you will be asked to do the problem. Okay? Don't worry about it.
Sir?
Yes.
Can you recommend names of any book for this subject?
Professor Mukherjee?
Write down. Can you write down?
Yes,
or can you note it down?
Yes, sir, I can.
Your name is?
Abhiviswas, sir. Abhiviswas.
Okay. You can write that civil engineering drawing, a textbook of civil engineering drawing by Shah and Kale. S-H-A, Shah and Kale. K-A-L-E. Shah and Kale, and also textbook of civil engineering drawings. Textbook of civil engineering drawing, D.N. Ghosh. In addition to that, there are a lot of quantity survey and estimation books of M. Chakraborty, estimation books of B.N. Datto, several books are there. Therefrom also you can get necessary input for drawing of this your civil engineering problems. There will be no problem. So you can also consult some estimation book, estimation and costing by M. Chakraborty, B.N. Datto, and also some other books are there. So there are plenty of books in library also it is available, in net also it is available. So you can see any standard things. And also our instruction.
Okay.
Our instruction will be main. If you can follow us, our instruction, that will be better. Because in this class, I think today Professor Gohniyogi is not there. He maybe have some problem. But Gohniyogi can explain very, very nicely, lucidly last time. And Professor Deepankar Chakraborty is also there. Oh, Acho. I'm sorry. I could not see. So Professor Guhonyogi is there, so he can tell something on that. Professor Guhonyogi is very eminent and very experienced, so there will be no problem. Professor Guhonyogi is there, Professor Dipankar Chakraborty is there, and our young brigade, Professor Ankush Majumdar, Indrajit, all are very competent. I think you are very, very lucky that because you see, first time you are getting the galaxy of good faculties in this civil engineering drawing. You should have got this thing in the higher classes, that the theory of structure, design of structure. But at the outset of your civil engineering entry, that is called the civil engineering drawing or civil engineering labor, and you are getting all galaxy of faculty members and all very eminent and experienced faculty members. So you should not have any problems. But only thing is that I do not know how much seriousness you will show to us. That is the importance. So books are there, our instruction will be there. There will be no problem. But if you just go through the books, there may be some kind of difference between our lectures and the whatever the things are written in the books. There will be a little difference, but more or less you will get an idea.
Okay, sir.
আর কিছু বলার আছে? একটু কিছু বলে দাও, প্রফেসর দীপঙ্কর তারপর একটু বলবে না, তুমি একটু বলে দাও কিছু ছেলেদের স্টুডেন্টদের, তুমি তো মেন। হ্যাঁ, তুমি আছো বলেই তো আমরা আছি, সুতরাং দেয়ার বি নো প্রবলেম। আর তুমি তো খুব ভালোভাবে বলো, তোমার কাছে অনেক কিছু জিনিস করাও আছে। এনিওয়ে, তুমি একটু ওদেরকে বলে দাও যে আমি যদি কোনো জায়গায় মিস করে থাকি বা কিছু যদি অ্যাড করার মনে হয়। না না, আমিও তো জানতাম যে ক্লাস আজকে হবে না, সকালবেলা আমি জিনিসটা করেছি, তার একটা লজিক্যাল কারণও আছে, নো প্রবলেম। তো তুমি একটুখানি বলে দাও, অল্প কিছু বলে দাও, দীপঙ্কর তারপর বলবে, তারপর বাকি টিচাররা যদি কিছু বলার দরকার থাকে বলতেই পারে, স্টুডেন্টদের যদি থাকে করে এটা হেল্প করে দাও। আমি এখন মোটামুটি চুপচাপ
বললে পরে মানে দীপঙ্কর তো শুনেছি পুরোটা, তারপরে দীপঙ্কর বললে পরে
ওকে দীপঙ্কর স্টার্টেড অ্যাকচুয়ালি। I request Dipankar to continue please.
Am I audible, my students?
Yes, sir.
Dear students, as I was telling you at the beginning of the class, that see, this sessional interaction is the best part of studying in a BE course. You know that there are AMI courses which are at par with the BE courses theoretically, but they do not have laboratory and sessional classes, and therefore, in many parts of the industry, although theoretically they should be treated as at par at BE engineers, but they are often not treated like that. I think that, and as I was telling, that whatever practical knowledge we had gained at our student life, later on when we joined the profession, as we worked, naturally we gained much more. But initially, all the initial exposure to the important components that were given by our respected professors in the sessional classes only. See, if you go to Jadavpur University, if you go to my house, if you go to your own house, all the lights and fans, they are standardized. And many of the things, the pumps which you are using to lift your water from the underground reservoir to over reservoir, they are almost standardized. But the planning of your building, your house, planning of my house, planning of institutional buildings at Jadavpur University, planning of office buildings, planning of multiplexes where you often visit, they are all different. And therefore, before you actually go for design and execution, the first step is planning. See, the first step is planning. You know the plot area. You know what different facilities and utilities you want to accommodate there. You know the minimum dimensions which are required, and you have to have an idea of the orientations. Okay, so you plan it. Thereafter, you have to develop what is called as a GAD, General Arrangement Drawing. You plan it. You give the tentative wall thicknesses. You give the tentative beam dimensions. Give the tentative column dimensions, etc., etc., and you prepare the GAD. Okay. Thereafter, it goes for design. The designer will design it, and he will be taught design in the coming semesters. The designer designs the structure, and he prepares drawings. Okay. Thereafter, it goes to quantity estimation. All the different important quantities which are required for construction, they are estimated. We have the PWD schedule, Public Works Department schedule. Sometimes we have, sometimes the central government organizations, they follow the DSR, Delhi Schedule of Rates. So there you have certain item description, the different jobs which are needed to be carried out systematically to complete a project. They have certain item descriptions. Now, in quantity surveying subject later in this course, we will teach you that how to extract the quantities from the drawings. So that is the next step. Thereafter, what you have to do is you have to put the rates by the side of the quantities. The defined quantities, say in a particular building construction, you have say 80 to 85 different items. You extract the quantities from the design drawings. Thereafter, the rates are placed. Now, whenever the rates are placed, say PWD schedule was last revised in 2019. Now, when you are working in 2021 on certain rates, you have to have put an escalation factor, okay? And some of the items are non-scheduled rates, which do not come in the PWD schedule. There are other processes like rate analysis, comparing local quotations, etc., that will be taught in quantity surveying class. I'm just trying to give you an overall picture. Now, after the rates are placed, you can multiply the quantities with the rates to get the cost against the individual items. You sum up that thing and you get a total tender value. Now, this tender value is a bid document or a tender document is thus prepared. And this tender value actually includes the contractor's profit. Now, thereafter, what happens? This particular tender is published in newspapers, published in websites, and different interested contractors, they apply for the job. Now, when they apply for the job, there is a selection following two stages. The first is called the technical bidding. There, the group of engineers from the client side, they actually judge the different contractors whether they're competent to do the job. The persons who screen them through the technical bidding, then they're asked to submit their price bids, their price offers. Now their prices are opened, and the person who will quote the list, he is called, or that firm is called the L1 tenderer, and the work order is issued to him to job. Now, when he starts the job, then there comes the question of building layout, inspection, testing of materials, etc., etc. So, building layout will be taught in your survey camp. If fortunately this pandemic goes away, we will be showing you how to do full layout. Extensive survey work is required in the bigger projects, and you have to do certain material testing, both of the raw materials as well as the finished concrete, like that. Okay. So, see, all the components, the total syllabus of Jadavpur University Civil Engineering has been designed in a very meticulous way, and we touch all the aspects. You take it from us. So, all the laboratories, all the sessional classes, all the design classes, quantity survey, everything is important. I just gave you an overall picture. See, when you start studying a subject, you must ask yourself the question that why am I studying it? That's a very important question. So you are studying this subject because you will capable of preparing general arrangement drawings at the end of this course. And thereafter, whenever you start the design course, you will feel that you are basically designing on the basis of general arrangement drawings. This is the purpose of the course. I think that if you are professional, if you are oriented professionally towards civil engineering, and the students who will actually be in the core civil engineering, this course will be extremely helpful to you. Professor Somnath Mukherjee has served the industry, he has served academic institution. He was a teacher in IIT Kharagpur. Professor Arup Gihonegi, he has served bridge companies. He was there in the site. He was there in design, and he's a very experienced teacher. And all our professors and all our teachers, they are experts in their respective fields. And therefore, it is our job to give our best to you. And it is your job to collect the best out of us by asking us queries. Okay. So try to take the subject very, very sincerely. We'll try to systematically plan the subject, the total teaching process. And I hope that it will be useful. And at the same time, you'll be enjoying the course. Today, I do not have anything more to add. If senior professors permit me, I can tell you to close it down for today. And I'd request our guest faculty, sirs, have you, and Madam Paulomi, have you taken screenshots, the necessary screenshots of the attendances? Atreo, have you taken that?
Yes, sir. Sir, I have taken for section B.
Pradutta, have you taken that?
I have taken.
Okay, thank you. Paulomi?
Yes, sir, taken, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. তাহলে কি ক্লোজ?
আচ্ছা, before leaving or ending, may I request to say something, 2-3 words, or to through some kind of deliberation, very small, briefly.
Actually, I was muted. So the thing is that since this is a sessional job, everything actually is an interactive thing, first of all. And here, actually, this is something like preaching civil engineering. That is one very important thing. Means, actually, whatever subjects you will learn actually in parts, how to design, how to implement, all those things. And here what happens is that you are acquainted with the mobility inside a building. So where a bedroom should be, where a living room should be, all those things are explained that way, so that when you are seeing a plan for a building, you can actually think of that this is wrong, this is right. So in one plan, it is never such that one plan is just the best. But what happens is that you look into a plan and always you can excel upon that. So what is the minimum dimension of a particular facility, means living room, how big it should be. Then where we will place the doors and windows so that the flow of, say, the users, that becomes easier one way, and second is that they don't encroach the working space within that particular space. That is one very important thing. Could you get this thing? Means, say you have a 10 by 10 room and you have placed one furniture in the center. Then what happens? You will have to flow through left or through right to go from one end to another. That way what happens? You will have to walk more, and your effective working space to place a second furniture becomes difficult. So all those things are being discussed over here so that you have a more efficient plan. That is one very important thing. Then we will go for two aspects. One is that building that doesn't have RC columns or beams, reinforced column, concrete beam or column, that is not there. Only we have a slab that is made of reinforced concrete. So it will require a bit more space to build up the walls. Otherwise, what happens when we are going for reinforced concrete columns, the walls could be thinner, partitions wall could be thinner. So those facilities are there, and that we will take up in the second job. So we will go for a multi-storied building, not a one-storied building as professors were telling you. So that is the difference between the two jobs. And now we have a certain thing in our mind that the doors will be fed this way, but it is always flexible. When you feel some difficulty, please come across. Since we are not interacting face to face, I cannot see your or read your eyes. So that way what happens is that unless you tell or express yourselves, I cannot address your problem. So always be free to interact, and then we can just reorient our ways so that you learn the best. Okay. So we had a PowerPoint built last time because everything went online only last year. So we have those things. So we will show you, and then probably online we can draw something and show it to you if you have certain difficulties. So the thing is that you have to interact, because what happens is that here, unless you clear your doubts about how a building is being planned and executed, then the next learnings will become difficult for you. Okay, so make those things clear, and we will always help you, interact with you. Actually, it is a relaxation if we interact with you. So that way, always express yourselves. Don't feel shy to put any question, whether it is a high IQ one or a blunt one. So and that doesn't matter. Clear your doubts and we will get through actually. Okay. So next day we will start.
Guest faculty, আপনারা কি কেউ কিছু বলবেন? অপ্রিয় and Bogdut sir, and also our other faculty members, Indrajit or Ankush, do you want to say anything about it?
Sir, nothing to add more.
Huh? Nothing to add more. Okay. Acha, as before ending, I'm just telling you that you see, you should also try to your own house. If you have a dwelling house, single story building, double story of your own house, that means there is no flat, only your building. That also you see, and also the other those who are living in a flat or apartment, they should also see about your floors, that how the floors are arranged, how the buildings are arranged, how it looks, and front view in that way you can also see. And you should have a certain dimension in your mind. Whatever Professor Gold has said, ADMs have told very correctly that you have to know the functions. What is the main function? Suppose you have come to me with a plot. A plot has been, you have some plot and that is owned by you or say your family or your parents, and you tell somebody of your relatives told you that see, this is my plot. You have passed out civil engineering degree, so please do a drawing for my building. Immediately you have to ask him or her that what will be your budget, what type of buildings, what type of story you should want to build, how many rooms will be there, how many facilities will be provided. But every building should be constructed or should be planned according to the prevailing building plan rules, in particular in municipality or corporation. Suppose the building is made within the periphery or within the jurisdiction of Kolkata Municipality Corporation, Kolkata Municipal Corporation, KMC, then you have to draw your plan or you have to design your entire building according to their norms. So you have to know also the building planning rules. That will be a critical subject. But whenever you will draw this plan, elevation, etc., that must conform your building planning rules. So that some building planning rules are there, specifically side space, front space, and the rear space, and on the height of the building, etc. So that actually you have to follow it, and then you have to immediately ask that how many rooms are will be there, how the rooms should be oriented, what will be the direction of wind and etc. So north wind or south wind, whatever it may be. So accordingly, you have to think of the direction, orientation. That is say eastward or say east facing or north facing, south facing, etc. We prefer east and south facing, but sometimes you may not get exactly, get that particular favorite directional orientation. So that must be also there. And similarly, the dimension, the arrangement, the room arrangement. So rooms are actually basically having some functional purpose. Bedroom is for sleeping and taking rest. Kitchen is for cooking, and also drawing room maybe for guest sitting and also discussion, etc. And so guest room, maybe drawing, dining maybe also there. Dining is that where you can eat food, etc. Wash area is actually bathroom, toilets, maybe combined, maybe also individual. Then stair is required for going up to the roof and other floors for raising in elevation. And there may be some small corridors. The corridors are required for horizontal movement and also the vertical movement for stair. And steps will be necessary for coming from your ground level outside the building to your plinth, that is the floor level of the ground floor, for rising up to this height. So you cannot jump it every time. So you have to go by steps, and by 2 steps you can enter your house. And also you have to keep some space either for some gardening purpose or say for minimum requirement is there for those building planning rules. And in the rare case, you have to keep some space. There you can provide your water tank, septic tank. If the house is within the non-sewer zone, then you have to construct a septic tank, or also you have to make a main drainage of the system, and also some water tank at the rooftop and also at the ground level. Suitable location must be located. These are actually the basic knowledge of building, and then dimensions. Suppose your bedroom, there is a minimum size regarding the bedroom. One bedroom, say if you just go to the bedroom and if you make the size 1 meter by 1 meter, can you sleep? You cannot sleep. So there should be minimum bedroom size, and in bedroom there may be accommodated one cot. Khat jake bola hoy, palonko jake bola hoy, so cot. So you have to know the approximate size of the cot, and accordingly where you will be placed there. So naturally a cot will be around about 5 feet by say 6 feet, something like that. So naturally it will be 2 meter by say 1.8 meter. So if it is there, and also some gap must be 1 meter gap always to be provided. And if you provide it, and then also one almirah, one almirah, and also some cupboards and etc. may be provided within this bedroom. So naturally your bedroom size will be minimum 3 meter in one side, and another side also minimum 3 meter or 3.3 meter. It is the minimum size. But you cannot provide a very big size also at the same time because of cost aspect and other aspect. So normally 3 meter dimension to 5 meter dimension, these are the majority of the bedrooms are provided. 3 meter in one side, 5 meter in one side, or both sides. 3 to 5 meter will be the basic dimension, horizontal dimension. Similarly, where you will place the window. Window should be provided at least from your existing floor level, at least say 750 to 800, or say minimum 600. But we normally provide 700 to 900 millimeter height. After that, we provide say 1.2 meter height of 1.2, 1.3 meter height of window, and then sill level will then lintel level will come. So lintel level will be at the point of around about say 0.1 to 0.2 meter from the place level. So that is the dimension. And regarding the washroom area, toilet and bathroom, you have to see that somebody can be accommodated there. Somebody can sit properly on the top of the previous, and naturally, and also there will be some turning distance with there. If you turn it, then some dimension will be required. So minimum there will be say 1.1 or 1.2, say 3 feet or 3.5 feet. That will be the width of the washroom or bathroom, toilet, previous area. But at length also, if you provide say taps and then shower, wash basin, etc., little more space will be required, and there will be the length of say 2 meter to 3 meter. 2 meter to 3 meter will be the other dimension, other side dimension. But normally we provide, if a building is there, a own building, 1.2 meter is the width, and 3 meter, around about 3 meter, 2.8 to 3 meter is actually the length of that washroom area. So every functional element of the building planning that actually contains some specific dimension. So that similarly, the staircase, it should be very much comfortable. So rise maybe say within 150 to 160, 75, not more than that. And also the tread, that means where you put your steps, rest your steps, that must be 250 to 300. And also the total width of the staircase flight, that is known as flight, and that flight should be not less than 1 meter, not less than 1 meter, and it is better if you can provide 1.1 meter, that is around about 3.5 feet. And also there will be landing space. Similarly, the kitchen. In the kitchen, you have to put the direction based on how you can place your stove, how you can place your gas oven, and then also the other furniture inside it. And it has been observed that 2 meter by 3 meter will be good dimensions. But a good dimension means the reasonable minimum size. And then you can extend more, but very large dimension will be also bad, because you can encroach your other places. So that is why it is better if you can keep your kitchen dimension from 2 feet to say in one side, width of the kitchen is 2 meter and length of the kitchen is 3 meter, 2 into 3 meter. That will be better dimension. But you can go up to say 1.6 meter into 2.5 meter. That also you can get it, but it will be small. And similarly, your bedroom, I have said that what will be the bedroom size, similarly drawing room size. All these are having some specific purpose, and every component are having some minimum dimension. Maximum dimension is also there, but normally we say that average dimension or minimum dimension at least to be provided. Similarly, veranda dimension, minimum 1 meter dimension, 3 feet veranda, and it can also go up to say 1.2 meter, 1.3 meter, even 2 meter in some cases. So that depends on how you plan it. That plan would be represented by a drawing, by a building planning drawing, and that in the first the masonry building problem, and there all the dimension will be given. One specific drawing will be given. You need not be required to plan it accordingly, but that will be ready-made plan will be given on certain plot area. That plot area may not be realistic plot area, but that plot area is not fictitious also at the same time. But sometimes you may not get exactly the same plot in other places, but that is an idea has been given, and from that you have to draw it. Whatever we have actually shown it. That is the first part. That is the planning. That is the floor plan or the plinth plan, or I should say ground floor plan of that particular building. And then after doing the plan, you will go for elevation. That thing will be discussed in the other classes or next class. And in the meantime, we will give you different groups. Groups will be formed, or student class will be formed. And then each group will get one particular drawing. All the drawings will be not same drawing. It will be different drawings. So different drawings, but more or less the philosophy of the drawing, the nature of the drawing, addressing of the drawing are almost similar. So equivalent platform you will be playing. It is not like that one problem is very tough, another problem is very easy, not like that. More or less that equal weightage or equal toughness or equal sort of problems would be presented by us, and then we'll give it to you in course of time before the next class will be conducted. So any question from the students? Last chance I'm giving. If